people are like, oh my God, the weather's bad. This is perfect.
Yeah.
It's good temperature. You can put on a sweater if you want. You can just wear a t-shirt. You're not sweating. You're not cold. Nice little overcast. It's a perfect golf day for me.
Yeah.
But no golf.
Still doing the golf, right?
Oh, I love it.
I know it's a big passion of yours. So,
I love it. My kids are now playing.
Is that right?
My two sons, which is I didn't think would happen, and now they're obsessed. There's so much business can be done on the golf course. We could travel wherever we want, go play, and their mom can't say no now.
Yeah.
Because we're all going. Yeah.
Then go ahead and have you slate your name, your outlet, and then you can begin.
Sure. I'm Mark Walters with BigFanboy.com. Mark Walters, and that's Mark Wahlberg. Try to say that 6 times fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, God, we're it's easy to remember our names.
I know. Dude, it's good to see you again, man. And it's really good to see you for this, because I know this is a big passion project for you. It's been a long journey. Now that you're at the end of this, or I guess kind of the apex of it, what is the feeling of being able to get this out there and have people finally get to see it?
It's overwhelming. It's wonderful. And to make a movie is difficult. To make a good movie is really hard. But to make a movie that is kind of blessed in the way that this one has been, it's just amazing. So I'm thrilled. It's not only, normally when you're promoting a movie, they don't pay to make them, they pay to promote them. And you always try to make a good movie. They don't always turn out like that. But no matter what, you got to put on a brave face and and talk about it. But to talk about something that you're so proud of and that's so meaningful and is touching every single person that sees it, it makes it a pleasure.
Yeah, I think we need this now too, because we need movies that have heroes that we can, first of all, relate to, but that also get a good message from. And I'll admit to you, man, I was bawling at the end of this movie. I mean, it really got to me. It touched me. And hearing the people around me in the screening, react to it, I mean, that's got to be a great feeling for you.
Absolutely. I mean, we always wanted to make people laugh, and we thought people would cry, but we also felt like people ultimately would leave there on a very emotional high and feeling just a little bit more inspired and a little bit more hopeful about the future. And also challenging people and putting people to task a little bit to say, okay, let's all do our part, because there's a lot of people out there struggling. There's a lot of people out there turning their backs on other people, and this movie really is a clear indication that nobody's beyond redemption, and people still have a lot to offer. They need to know that they're loved and that they're cared for, and then nobody's giving up on them.
And as emotional as it is, it's also very funny, and I love that there was that air of levity to it.
Even throughout the second and third act, after the accident and after his diagnosis, it still wanted to make people laugh and let people off the hook. Like that scene in the church when Stu's asking why. Originally it was just, a couple of whys and then yelling and then just kind of there sobbing and breaking down and let the audience kind of, interpret it the way they wanted to. But then I just started improvising and playing and getting angry and then apologetic and then wanting to make sure that people knew that he was not going to waver in his commitment and that he was deciding right there that no matter what, that this is happening for a reason and he's going to utilize this to continue to do God's work.
Yeah. I didn't really know, admittedly, I didn't know a lot about Stuart Long ahead of time. Now I feel like I know a lot more, but I think people are going to learn more about him now. What is the one thing you want people to take away about this man more than anything else?
People could really relate to him and identify with him. He spoke their language. He had real life experience that gave him the credibility to speak about things that they were going through. And he wasn't really about all the rules and regulations about the church. He was about the guy who died to build it and what it meant to him and giving back to others and encouraging people to be the best versions of themselves and know that they were loved and cared for. And he would also be quick to tell you if you were a jerk. He was brutally honest, but the way he was able to communicate to people and how much he affected people in a positive way. I mean, when I talked to the bishop who ordained him, I said, so tell me something about Stu. He goes, well, I'll tell you this. And I didn't really admit it until now. He goes, Stu's done more in his 4 short years of service than I've done in my 40. No. And that's saying a lot.
It's incredible.
And I was like, wow. And then when I sent the bishop the movie, I sent him the script first. He was like, I don't think I can support this. It's pretty vulgar. Yeah. I said, what page did you get? He said, well, by page 2, there was already 3 F-bombs. I said, Father, you got to see what happens in the end. And then, of course, when he watched it, he realized that the language was necessary. The violence in the movie was necessary because this is about tough mercy. and tough grace. And, we don't want to I didn't want to make a movie that was preaching to the choir. You're not converting anybody. Not that we're trying to convert people to Catholicism, but we're trying to convert people to positivity and love, and really to encourage people, to not lose hope. And and especially in this day and age. So
got to keep that faith, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure, Mark.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.